This episode is going to be a little bit different. Presi's here today to expose the jewelry industry.
I feel like there's a lot of people within this industry that are trying to pull the wool over people's eyes.
Presi 41 carats. He didn't come to flex, he came to expose. From flipping Airbnbs to flipping the truth on the jewelry game, Presi steps into the blue tick show with one mission: blow the lid off a billion-pound industry built on lies. Fake diamonds, busted watches, overhyped sellers. The next time you shop for jewelry, you'll think twice.
2021, I was doing Airbnb.
Okay.
I was doing rent-to-rents, paid a bunch of money for courses, got into property.
To confirm, you're not a jeweler, you sell jewelry.
I sell jewelry. I'm learning the skills to become a jeweler, so I'm currently learning how to diamond set. I know how to polish. I know how to use casting equipment.
What do you think is going on with the jewelry market in London?
That is the reality of the job. When you're not manufacturing jewelry, you're not a jeweler. Some outrageous figures, the things that they're not even touching, things that they're just ringing a guy in Hong Kong and saying, make it, and it comes and they're just putting on ridiculous tax on top of it, like ridiculous drinks. As a Muslim, you know, there's levels to it, innit? That's the only two types of diamonds you have. It's not just things of fake diamond. What a Muslimite is its own gemstone. It's not fake gold, it's just not gold. Jewelry is not an investment. Whoever told you jewelry is an investment, it's a lie. It's not an investment. Jewelry is an enjoyment. It's something that you purchase for fun.
Right now, my watch, yeah?
Yeah. Jewelers will know. Serial numbers straight away.
Okay.
If you buy a movement from somewhere in London and you get a case from Hong Kong, it's not gonna match.
Before we jump into today's episode, we've noticed that 71% of people watching right now are not subscribed. If you're watching this, you're clearly enjoying it. Here's our promise to you: hit subscribe and we'll keep raising the bar, bringing you the biggest and best guests yet. Sharper conversations, bigger guests, and unfiltered conversations that others won't dare to do. Hit subscribe now. What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the Blue Tick Show. Opposite me today, I've got Presi from 41 carats. But before we dive into this episode is going to be a little bit different. Presi's here today to, I'm going to use the word, expose the jewelry industry.
Yeah, bro, that's what I had to do. Thank you for having me, Mike.
Listen, it's a pleasure. So listen, you sent me a message. You told me you wanted to come on the show and you wanted to talk about a few things.
Yes.
What is it here today you're to talk about?
There's so many things to speak about, but mainly here to kind of educate the people.
Okay.
You know, I feel like we need to raise awareness and allow people to shop fairly and truthfully. You know, I feel like there's a lot of people within this industry that are kind of trying to pull the wool over people's eyes, and I just don't stand for it, really.
And just to make the people aware of who you are and what you do,
Yeah.
Who are you?
So I'm Presi from 41 carats. That's my page on Instagram. I'm a jeweler. I've been a jeweler for a couple of years now. Started off with the grills, so started off doing teeth, and just kind of progressed into it. Watches, Cubans, bracelets, engagement rings.
What do you specialize in?
Specialize in custom pieces, so things that are made to order. Made like things from like bracelets to rings for rappers like Buta B, to engagement rings for, you know, Meet the Forbes.
Yeah.
All different types of people. So yeah, do your research and you'll see.
And would you say you're experienced in the jewelry industry?
Yeah, I'd say I'm experienced more than most, to be fair, because I have certain skills that would make you a jeweler. You know, still in the process of learning as well. So yeah, man.
Trustworthy?
100%, bro. I'm a Muslim, alhamdulillah. So.
Alhamdulillah. So let's dive into how you got involved in the jewelry game.
Yeah.
Before we touch on obviously other jewelers, what they're doing wrong, and how they're pulling the wool over people's eyes, how did you get involved?
So like I said, 2021, I got involved. I was doing Airbnb.
Okay.
So I was doing rent-to-rents, paid a bunch of money for courses, got into property, still doing that in the background, and I had good success with it, alhamdulillah. One of the landlords that I had basically moved to Morocco, and she had this shop front that was available in Nottingham, someone from up north. And long story short, we just took it off of her and we said, like, what can we do with it that's like not too complex? You know, I didn't have loads of money to like set up a restaurant or anything like that, or buy kitchen equipment because it's quite expensive.
Very expensive.
So what we had to do is said, let's do some grills. All we have to do is take impressions. We found a manufacturer, we shipped them the impressions, they made the grills, and it was that kind of thing. Eventually we ended up setting up a studio in there as well, because big into the music and that kind of thing. So yeah, it went well. And then over time from doing the grills, it was just a thing where it's like naturally the progression from doing that was start doing custom pieces, selling watches, and here we are, bro.
So was it ever a passion of yours?
I always liked jewelry in it. I feel like most people like jewelry in it, but
Everyone loves
it wasn't
jewelry
like a thing
nowadays.
where I thought to myself like I'm gonna be a jeweler. Do you know what I mean?
Would you say you got a good name where you're from?
100%, bro. You can.
You're known for.
I'm known in general for just being a good person, innit?
All right. So we've established you're a jeweler. You've got a good reputation from where you're from.
Yeah.
Let's talk about a few of the jewelers in London.
Yeah.
What do you think is going on with the jewelry market in London?
Before we even go straight into that, one thing I'd like to say is like, even myself, yeah, cool. I'm learning to become a jeweler. Currently, I wouldn't even say I'm a jeweler. Currently, what I would say is I'm a jewelry salesperson.
Okay.
I work retail. That is the reality of the job. When you're not manufacturing jewelry or you don't possess the skills to manufacture jewelry, you're not a jeweler. So the whole persona that a lot of these individuals have, it's not valid because they're not jewelers. Do you get it? So you could buy a chain from whoever and a diamond could fall out. You could bring it back to them and they got to take it to their mate around the corner. Their mate's a jeweler. They're not the jeweler. They're the salesperson. So it's like working at BMW and selling BMWs and saying, I'm a mechanic. Well, you're not, bro. You work on the shop floor. Do you know what I mean? So that's one thing I would say as well. Like, it's very easy to say, oh, I'm a jeweler, I sell jewelry. You sell jewelry, so you're a salesperson. You're a salesman. That's what you are. Nothing wrong with that. But then this is where my issue comes into it because the salespeople are making 5-10 times what the manufacturers are making, which is where I say now it's just becoming a bit greedy in a way. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, this is a business. Everyone's got to eat. Everyone's got to make money, feed their family, etc. I got nothing wrong with that. But as a Muslim, you know, there's levels to it, innit? You're not here to violate people. You know what I'm saying?
So to confirm, you're not a jeweler. You sell jewelry.
I sell jewelry. I'm learning the skills to become a jeweler, so I'm currently learning how to diamond set. I know how to polish. I know how to use casting equipment. I know how to do.
So you're in the process of becoming a jeweler.
Correct.
And regarding people who have got very large names in the industry,
Yes.
we're not going to obviously expose names and stuff like that, but the obvious big names out there, are they jewelers or are they jewelry sellers?
So most of the big names are jewelry sellers. They wouldn't know the first thing when it comes to actually manufacturing jewelry. That's the facts.
Does that annoy you?
No, I have no problem with that. I don't have a problem. The bit that annoys me is that they're demanding the somewhat outrageous figures for things that they're not even touching. Things that they're just ringing a guy in Hong Kong and saying, make it. And it comes and then they're just putting on ridiculous tax on top of it. Like, ridiculous drinks.
Do you not think if someone's willing to pay it, then why not?
Yeah, but the thing is, people are only willing to pay it because people don't actually know what they're purchasing. And this comes down to the first thing that I'd like to put out there. Like, jewelry is not an investment. Whoever told you jewelry is an investment is a liar. It's not an investment. Jewelry is an enjoyment. It's something that you purchase for fun. Yeah. It's like getting a nice car. You don't buy a nice car and think, oh, but I can sell this and get some money back. It's an investment. Everyone knows that, like, cars are here for enjoyment. You like to drive fast. You like to show off. That's what it's here for. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, it's how I feed my family, innit? So it's a business and people will love to wear it, but I feel like some people think, oh, if I buy this, I can get my money back or it's an investment or it will appreciate. It's not the case, especially with custom pieces. Just forget about it. Just forget about it. Like,
and let's say I wanted to buy a iced out watch. Do you have any issues with iced out watches?
oh gosh, you're gonna get me started. I'm gonna go on a tangent now, but yeah. So this is the thing with iced out watches. That's a big issue right now, and this is gonna be the clip. So right now, there's a pandemic with the bust down market. Okay. I'm not gonna name names like we said, but certain people have ruined the market, and it started when people started taking movements. So the mechanism of a watch, what tells the time, a Swiss movement, an authentic movement from Cartier, Rolex, AP, and putting it in fake cases. So the housing that holds the watch, the band, the bezel, the case, it's all from China. The movement inside is from Cartier, for example, and then they bust it down with a bunch of diamonds and they're now selling it as a bust down Cartier. Well, it's not though, is it?
Swear people are doing that.
This is what people are doing, bro. So, and to make it worse, it's like people aren't educated. So it's like they think because it comes with a card or papers and a box, it's authentic. Okay, so a card, Mikey, a card is used to basically guarantee the warranty on a movement. So the card that comes with your Rolex or this Cartier would be for the movement of the watch. It has nothing to do with the case.
So the engine of the watch, basically.
Basically, bro. So, I mean, yeah, it's scary. It's like getting a car, like getting a BMW engine and putting it in a Chinese body and saying, oh, it's a BMW. Well, it's not though, is it, brother?
So how can you tell?
That's the problem, you can't. So what they're doing is they're buying the files for these watches, so that they're literally exactly the same. They're perfect. The AAA is one of ones. They're CNCing them. CNC is a process where you basically cut it out of a block of metal, and the bands, everything's perfect. And they're just busting it down in Hong Kong, Pakistan, these kind of places. And
With what kind of diamonds?
so obviously you've got the lab grown option. The lab grown option is quite clean. Lab grown diamonds are usually VS. They don't really make bad lab grown stones. But with the natural stones, they're giving out PK diamonds. Now PK diamond. So you've got color, clarity, and cut, right? And when it comes to clarity, it's usually I, SI, VS, VVS, and you got flawless, right?
Yeah.
But so do you know what any of that actually?
Yeah, I know a few of them. Yeah.
Yeah. So with SI, for example, SI is slight indecencies, I is indecencies, VS is very slight and very, very slight, so on and so forth. That's basically just how dirty the diamond is, how clean it is. With PK, it's worse than I, so it's basically ungradable diamonds.
So it's just like
The worst of the
the
worst.
leftovers, basically.
Literally. So if you're going to cut an engagement ring out of a diamond, right, a rough diamond, you get leftover bits around the edge, yellow bits, and basically dirty water. And that's basically what it is. Because when you look at the watch, it just looks yellow. It shines yellow. Like almost, it's just horrible. So that's what they're putting in these watches. It's like they're cheaper per carat than lab diamonds.
But it's still picking up as a real diamond.
It is a diamond and it is a natural diamond. So people are buying it, but it's literally cheaper per carat than a lab diamond. And that touches on to another topic. Lab diamonds and natural diamonds. Like, people are very confused as to the differences. Some people are under the pretense that a lab diamond is fake or is not a diamond, and that's completely false.
So let's touch on that. What is the difference between a lab diamond and a real diamond?
Okay, so on a molecular level, there's no difference. They're both carbon crystals.
Okay. So
it's like this, yeah. It's like me saying to you, cool. I was born through intercourse. You was born through IVF. I'm a real human. You're a fake human.
Okay.
Well, you're not though, are you, bro? We're both humans. We both got organs. We both bleed. We're born, we've got the same makeup on a cellular level. So I can't tell you you're not a real human because you wasn't born in the orthodox way. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's what it is with a lab diamond. So a lab diamond is a real diamond. Side by side, underneath a microscope, is exactly the same. The only difference between the two is one was made in a lab, one was dug out of the ground. My issue as a jeweler and as a Muslim is the fact that the ones from the ground are conflict stones, innit? They come from third world countries and places that are underprivileged, and they got kids, they got all sorts of things happening, war for the land and things happening to get the diamonds out of the ground. Look at Sierra Leone, there's films about it, blood diamonds. And do you know what I mean? So it's all to look pretty, but there's so much that happens behind the scenes. So it's like, if I could get the same thing for cheaper and probably usually better quality, why would I not?
How would you ever know though? Even you being a jeweler now, yeah? I come to you, I've got two engagement rings. One's a real diamond, one's a lab diamond. How are you going to know? So
to the eye, there's no way of telling. The only way you could tell is basically every single lab diamond by law has to get serialed.
Okay.
So they have to laser engrave a serial number inside of a diamond, so you can basically, it's been registered basically. But they are obviously unregistered diamonds.
So let's say it weren't registered.
Yeah, so there's a machine called the Sherlock Holmes. And basically you put the jewelry inside the machine, of diamonds inside the machine, you close it, and it basically it's X-rays the diamonds, and you'll be able to see which ones are labs, which ones aren't, because of the way that they're made. So you know diamond, like a diamond tester, for example, it just tests for heat.
Yeah. Oh, is that all it does?
Yeah, that's what it is. That's why when you touch the metal, it will also beep, because metal also conducts heat.
Oh, sweat. So if I got a fake watch with fake diamonds and I heated it up and got the diamond test, that will come back real diamonds.
If you touch the metal, not even the diamonds, it will still beep, beep, beep. You know what I mean? So those £10 diamond testers are crap. What you need is a palladium tester.
So what's that do?
So that basically is the one that like will speak and it will say diamond, Milsonite, not diamond. You know what I mean? That's like a better way to test. But yeah, it's just like with the lab naturals, me personally as a jeweler, I'll say this now, I recommend lab diamonds to all my customers.
Price-wise, what's the difference? Let's say we're looking at a 1 carat real diamond and a 1 carat lab diamond.
Okay, so 1 carat real diamond, let's say it's a VS E to D color. You're looking at about, I'd say £1,500 for one singular stone. Yeah, maybe 12, depending where you get it from, if it's got paperwork. Lab diamond, 200 quid.
What?
Yeah, bro.
What?
So it's about like
20%.
It's about 15, 20%.
So if I wanted to get my missus a 5 carat diamond ring, lab diamond, flawless, how much am I paying? So
I did a 6.3 carat, 7.5 millimeter oval engagement ring.
Yeah.
That they got quoted 16 grand for a natural. I did the whole ring with the stone and the band. So that quote they got for 16 grand was just for the stone. I did the stone with the band, diamond, hidden halo, everything. 2,100. So yeah, bro.
And what? So obviously, lab diamonds come in different grades, so you can get like a flawless, VVS, or no.
Even flawless. The thing with flawless is like, again, so jewelers will know this. Like with a flawless stone, once you set it in the metal, it's no longer flawless. You can't set flawless diamonds.
Really? Why?
Just like rule of form. Like once you set it into the metal, it kind of you can't grade it as flawless. It's been manipulated, isn't it? Like,
so if I get a flawless diamond, which means it's got no errors in it, nothing at all, and I put that in a engagement ring like a band, and I just set it in it, that's no longer flawless.
Basically, it's a rule of form. I don't know how it necessarily works, but that's what I've been told by manufacturers and certain people. Like,
but lab diamonds do come in different grades.
Yeah, they come in different grades. So you do get I've never seen an SI lab diamond, I'll be honest.
It's not worth it. It's probably what, £5.
So why would they, exactly, there's no point of producing bad stones purposely. Because they're manufacturing it themselves. So why would they purposely make SI stones?
Yeah, they want to make the best of the best and as cheap as possible.
So you're gonna get. So it's like with a lab diamond, you're more guaranteed. You know what you're getting. With like natural diamonds, you're gonna get a mixed parcel. So you'll get some SI, some VS. And how are you gonna know? If you say you got 1,000 stones in your watch, you can't test 1,000 stones. And these are 1.3 millimeter stones, 1 millimeter. They're this big. Like your jeweler's not even gonna waste time with a loop going through every single. Like, come on, bro, it's not happening. So you're gonna have SIs. I tell man all the time, if you got natural pieces of jewelry, I guarantee you've got at least a handful of SIs in your VS watch. Guaranteed, bro. Nobody's sorted through that every single 1 or 2, 3, 4, 5 will slip through over 1,000 stones. Of course they will. Think about it.
That's mad. Do you think watches are an investment at the moment?
Look at the market, bro. You know firsthand, the market's gone from like the last couple of years, it's just been declining.
But I think the market in COVID was just at an all-time high.
It was. So
it was unsustainable.
It's corrected itself, isn't it?
Yeah, now it's corrected itself. It was, you had 30 grand watch, 40 grand watches going up for 150 grand.
Yes, so it was. You had these guys who were doing crypto and doing like frauds, etc., etc. These guys in Dubai or whatever, and they was just inflating the market. They was going crazy. But obviously, as the bear market happened and everything kind of settled, people obviously left. See, with the way the market works, it's kind of determined on like who. So basically, let's say right now you're struggling, you're trying to sell your watch. The economy's hard, you're struggling. You're gonna sell your watch for cheap, right? Yeah, because you need the money. So that's how the watch market kind of determines itself.
Supply and demand.
Basically, if everyone's struggling, which a lot of people are right now, everyone's gonna start selling things for cheap, and it brings the whole market down. So, I mean, when the economy's back up and everyone's rich again off crypto,
people
whatever,
people
want to spend money again, the watches go back up. But again, even with a watch, would I call it an investment? I don't know. What I would say with watches is, I would say it's a good way to compact your money. So you got 100 grand, you want to move around with your 100 grand. It's hard to move 100 grand in a duffel bag, It's money laundering. So you buy a watch in crypto, let's say you buy Richard Mille, now you got 100 grand on your wrist. You fly to Dubai, you sell it, you got 100 grand. Yeah. It's a good way to transport and move funds or store funds in a small place.
Is that not money laundering?
No, that is money. I don't know how. if you pay tax on your money, allegedly, I don't know. It's up to you, innit? But it's a good way to move your money. But like, I wouldn't say for an average Joe who saved 10 grand from working hard to go and buy a watch and be like, oh, it's an investment though. Nah, I wouldn't. I'd say buy bullion.
Yeah, bullion, 100%.
Or like coin at Cogarants, like coins and stuff like that. Like.
And regarding one thing I want to touch on is Van Cleef. Van Cleef market.
That's a pandemic as well, isn't it?
I've seen Van Cleef what are they called? Bangles?
Motif bracelets.
Going for thousands of pounds, and then I'm seeing some for like £6. And I'm looking and I'm thinking, okay, how is it? Because everyone had a Van Cleef at one point.
Yeah,
every single human being
stacking them.
Like, I saw people with like 3, 4.
Yeah.
What was the situation with that?
So basically, again, it's people were basically getting the real gold. So they are real gold. A lot of them are made out of either 9 karat or 18 karat gold, and they're just made in China. They put them together, give you a nice box, bit of paperwork, bag. Jobs are good.
But it's not Van Cleef.
It's not from Van Cleef, not whatsoever. No, Van Cleef's are 3-4 grand a piece.
And how much were people selling them for?
So you can get a 9 karat bracelet, 500 quid. You get 18K one for about 800 quid.
And Cartier?
Again, people about 2 grand for a love bracelet. I mean, and just in 9K, 18K, maybe looking at 3. So, but these bracelets are like 15 grand from Cartier.
Yeah, I've looked at
I
them.
mean, so it's like, but again, that's the thing. I mean, people will be like, oh, but obviously it's not from Cartier, or obviously it's not Van Cleef, but it's not obvious. Some people don't know. Some people genuinely haven't done the research or don't know enough about jewelry to know, like, oh, I'm paying 5 bills for a bracelet that's actually meant to be 4 grand. This isn't a real bracelet. They're getting a bag and a box and a certificate, and they're thinking, oh my God, I've got a Van Cleef.
Because I was seeing people putting on their stories, Van Cleef, £850, and I was looking at it, I'm thinking, bro, I swear this is like a couple bags. In my head, I was thinking, I've never been interested in Van Cleef, so I've never actually bought one or looked at one. Or But in my head, I was
You've
thinking,
seen everyone with them, like, how's it possible?
how's every single person I know? I'm going out on nights out, and I'm looking and everyone's got one. You're all rich. Everyone's rich.
Everyone's breaded now. Like.
Anywhere I go, there's just everyone's emmed off.
Like I said, bro, you said it isn't me. Like, I don't have a problem with what people are doing. I don't have a problem with like people selling Van Cleefs that aren't Van Cleefs, as long as they're telling the customers what it is. Like, I feel like when I got a duty of care for the customer, innit? Like, you're the jeweler, so you're the person who's got more knowledge and who's more well informed. And it's like, you don't need to lie to people. I just say to people, look, this is what I can offer you within your budget. If you come to me and say, yo, okay, I can't lie, right now I'm trying to get myself a bust down for summer, but I've only got, I don't know, 8-9 grand to spend. I don't want to spend 15 or 20 bags for a real. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I say, look, bro, here what I can do, I can get you a genuine movement, I can get you an aftermarket case, we can flood it in VS Labs, and I can sell that to you, no problem. But you're going to be aware of what you've purchased.
Yeah.
What's going to happen now, bro, after this video drops, you're going to see a lot of man going back to Hatton Gardens to the arcade, and you're going to see man saying, where's my money? Is this a real deal watch?
But how are they going to prove it? Have you had people come to you with real mechanism fake case?
100, bro, you can go to any jeweler who's an actual jeweler, like any jewelry shop, and say like, oh, is the case on my watch real?
But how are they going to know? Can you check?
But no, any bust down Cartier, I would say, 90% of bust down Cartiers, I would personally say, are not going to have a real case.
What, that many?
Bro, you can tell from the price, like, all right, cool, let me break this down, yeah? This here is a £5,250, yeah? 2023 Blueface, yeah?
Okay.
So this is basically a 5.5 grand watch, yeah? How could you sell this with diamonds in it for 7.5 grand? It doesn't cost 2K to bust down a watch, bro.
Just the face?
No, like the fully
And the
bust down.
bracelet as well?
Fully bust down. Big boogers around the bezel, the whole shebang,
You
yeah?
can't.
7.5. It costs way, the stones cost 2 grand. So how are you going to get, do you know what I mean?
So how much does it cost, for example, that watch there, how much is the mechanism alone?
1,500 quid.
So I could buy the mechanism,
The movement, 1,500 quid.
1,500 quid.
Yep.
So let's say I wanted to buy myself a Sky Dweller.
Yeah.
I go and get the movement. How much?
That's movement probably a bit more. So
3
cool.
bags?
I'll give you a real life example. Yeah, what I'm doing right now, we're doing a jumbo AP. Yeah.
Okay.
So the 40mm AP. Yeah. In a steel K housing. Yeah. So the movement for the watch itself costs you 4,300. Yeah. It's for AP. Comes with a warranty card for the movement. Yeah. So we've got the card papers. Cool. Get a box for 200 quid. Yeah. So that's 4.5 bag for your movement, your card, and your box. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're getting a CNC case from Hong Kong.
CNC means it's carved out of the
Carved
metal.
out of the metal, yeah.
And that's 1 for 1.
That's 1 for 1, same weight, same dimensions, everything.
weight.
Everything, bro. Yeah. So spot on. We told the customer that he's asked for this, he's requested this specifically, yeah. Guy in America. Cool. So that's gonna cost us in steel, it's costing us about 8.5 grand to get the case done properly, yeah.
Big piece.
It sounds like big peas, but then obviously we're gonna bust it down. He wants it natural, so bust it down, costs us about another 6-7 bags. So in total, it's gonna cost us about 18 grand.
And how much should that watch be?
We're gonna sell that watch to him about 25.
How much should it, if it's real, how much?
If it was from AP, well, the watch plain will cost 25.
Bust down would be another what?
10, 15.
So he's saving himself 10, 15 bags.
Because the thing is, if you're going to bust down a watch, I'm not against it, bro. If you're going to bust down a watch, why would you get a real watch for 25 grand and put holes in it? Why?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You want the real AP movement because you want a Swiss movement. You don't want a tick, 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 tick. You don't
So let
want
me
that.
ask you this then. What is the point in buying a genuine watch then?
So that's what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. Like, my problem isn't with what's happening. My problem is with the fact that people don't know it's happening to them. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear that. So
Like-
you're just basically conning people. You're
Yeah,
telling
if
them,
you educate someone and say to someone, look, this is what we're doing, this is what you're getting for the money that you're spending, this is what you're saving, and it doesn't make sense doing it this way because you're putting holes in your genuine watch, you might as well keep the plain Jane at home, bust down this CNC case, have your real movement so it doesn't take, it glides, everything's legit, you got your box papers, this is what's going to cost you. No problem. Like, halas, alhamdulillah, that's great. But if you're saying to a man, oh, bro, I've got a bust down AP for sale, 25 bags, and you buy it, and then a year's time, you go to sell your bust down AP, and the man says, oh, bro, this AP case ain't AP, bro.
all right, so hear this. Then,
You
hear
know what I'm
this
saying
then.
now, bro? Like,
Let's say right now my watch, yeah?
yeah.
The case was fake.
Yeah.
Mechanism's real.
Yeah.
I bring it to you.
I won't buy
Hey,
it.
How will you know I'm saying? I bring it to you, hey, bro, I want to sell this watch.
There's ways to tell. Like, you got a triple, you get in a 1-of-1 case, but there's ways to tell. Jewelers will know.
Oh, there is, yeah?
Jewelers will know, 100%. Like,
and what are the giveaway? What are the... So let's say...
Serial numbers straight away. They won't be marked properly, like how AP case is marked. Like, there's ways to tell, 100%.
People ain't marking them the same way? Because obviously, I know that...
Because the serial of the movement needs to match the serial of the case.
Okay.
So if you buy a movement from somewhere in London and you get a case from Hong Kong, it's not going to match.
Okay.
So it's what we call a Frankenstein.
All right.
Different bits and pieces put together. It's a Frankenstein watch.
Do people still buy them, like jewelers?
You struggle. You might get a buyback from the jeweler that you bought it from if he's got half a heart. Like, if he's a decent guy.
Okay. So where are they getting them from then? So they're creating them?
No, they're just ordering them online, bro. Like, everyone's got the same manufacturers, bro. I'll be transparent, man. Most things are made in Hong Kong or some places. Some things are made in like some scary places like Taiwan. But them to stay far away from them. But yeah, you can, bro. I'll show you a couple of things, Mikey. And you'll be able to see, like, you'll be able to look at things and say, okay, that's not being done properly. Like, I can tell when things have been wax set. So again, wax setting, what's that? So when you make a piece, yeah, you CAD it. You make a computer design, yeah, computer aided design. Then you print out a wax, right? So what people are doing now in China is they're basically printing out the wax and they're setting the diamonds in the wax. Okay. So then when they cast the metal,
it's perfect.
There's shrinkage. The shrinkage is then used to hold the stones.
Okay.
So rather than drilling out holes and diamond setting and pushing over prongs, they just put the stones in the wax, use the shrinkage, the 5% shrinkage to hold the stones, and then it comes out already bust down. But you can look and tell, like, and this way your stones, bing, bing, touch the watch, like, boom, stones falling out, like, because there's nothing holding them, just a bit of metal that's shrunk. Yeah. Like, there's so many dirty tricks going off in the game, like, and man don't even know. And I can look at that bust down until that bust down was waxed.
And you can know that just from looking at it with the visual eye.
Yeah, this isn't for watches. This is for like jewelry and like rings and stuff like that.
So, okay, we've touched on the issue with watches. Is there anything else?
Obviously, not only am I... See, so that's the problem again with the movement. This is one more thing I will say as well. Be careful because there's people that are taking stolen movement as well. So they're not even buying the movements now. So let's say, for example, you bought me a Skydweller, right? Let's say it was an all gold one. You know, you get the rose gold ones, right? They weigh like, I don't know, 100 or something grams in gold. So they're worth a pretty penny just off the raw metal. So I'll buy it for cheap off you because it's stolen. Yeah. I take out the movement. Yeah. I put that movement inside of one of these fake cases. So now I got a bust down watch and I'm left over with all the gold from the other watch. So I melt the gold, get my money back, and I got a free bust down. The movement was free. Wow. So people are getting stolen watches and giving out stolen movements and shit. People are duplicating cards, printing cards with serials.
How did duplicating cards? Because ain't all the cards registered on Rolex?
No, so the way that the main way to tell if a watch has been stolen is something called the watch register. That's the biggest online forum for stolen watches. Rolex themselves don't actually keep a list.
Serious?
Yeah, so it's mad. But if that watch hasn't been registered online with the watch register or whatever, then
so whenever you buy a watch, you register the watch, right?
It should automatically.
The original owner registers the watch.
Yeah, it should have some sort of registration somewhere.
Do you buy unregistered watches?
No.
Not on it?
Not on it. I don't really buy watches as per se. Like I said, for me, I don't think watches are great investments. I think you got to spend a lot of money to get a little. For me as a jeweler, innit? So I feel like I've got to spend 15 bucks on a watch to make 5 bills to a bag.
Yeah, you got to do it a lot of times to make good money.
To make good money, bro. I'd rather just do custom stuff, which is what I do specialize in.
And moissanite diamonds.
Straight away, bro. That's incorrect. Moissanite diamond.
What is moissanite? What actually is that? Because that's
like, one thing I want to say as well. Because I heard something over there on Instagram, and it was speaking on a bus about how like moissanites are fake diamonds and they're not real diamonds. Moissanites just aren't diamonds. There's no such thing as a fake diamond.
So what is a moissanite?
You've got a lab-grown diamond, which is a diamond, a real diamond from the lab. You got a mined diamond, a natural diamond, real diamond from the earth. Yeah, that's the only two types of diamonds you have. There's no such thing as a fake diamond. What a moissanite is its own gemstone. So moissanite is its own complete stone. It's not a fake stone. It's impossible. It's like me saying to you, oh, this is stainless steel with gold plating. It's fake gold. It's not fake gold. It's just not gold.
But it's
like,
yeah.
With the moissanites, bro, like moissanites just ain't real diamonds, innit? So it's like even that phrase, like it's not a real diamond. It's not a real diamond. It's its own stone, innit? So it's like, all right, cool. I could have a green sapphire, yeah, that's emerald cut.
Yeah.
And I could have a green emerald, right? I'm not gonna say, oh, that green sapphire is a fake emerald. No, It's a sapphire. It looks like an emerald because it's green and it's emerald cut. It's just its own thing. It's not something to be compared to with a diamond. You know what I mean? So people saying because it sparkles and it's shiny and it's bright, it's a diamond or a fake diamond. It's not. It's just not a diamond.
But wasn't it created? Wasn't it put into watches or used in jewelry as a diamond replacement?
So people are trying to use it as an alternative for a diamond because it refracts light better than a diamond. That's the facts.
Yeah.
Moissanite can refract more of the visible light spectrum than a diamond. That's why it has that complete rainbow kind of shine. Diamonds don't shine the full rainbow. Diamonds have like certain hues of the rainbow. But the Moissanite's just crazy. It's like ridiculous. But yeah, no, it's not a replacement, bro. It's not a replacement.
Price-wise, what's the difference?
Don't get me started. So like, this is how prices work here. On a carat of like small stones, let's say 1.3s, something like you'd put pointers, yeah? Something like you put in a watch. I say a carat of lab diamonds might cost you £150, yeah? Carat of naturals might cost you $350, yeah? Carat of moissanites cost you a tenner.
What?
Bro, moissanites are the...
So if I wanted to make a tennis bracelet
in moissanite,
50
quid.
Swear to God.
Bro, moissanite's ridiculous, like...
But I've heard that people can get moissanites that scan as diamonds.
So again, that's what I was saying, like, with the testers, like, those testers that they're using aren't proper diamond testers, bro. You can very, very easily... I can look at a moissanite and tell it's a moissanite. So with a lab and a natural, you cannot tell the difference. With a moissanite, I can tell a moissanite is a moissanite.
Because it shines so well.
Because it shines so... It's just the colours on it. Have you ever seen a moissanite?
Yeah, I've seen them.
Yeah, they just look like... I don't know. It's like CZ...
What do you think of them?
What do I think of them? I think... Bro, let's remember... This is the facts, yeah? Forget what I think. Let's talk about facts. Moissanite is the most sold stone worldwide.
Really?
Fact.
Swear down.
Bro, they're selling 8 times more moissanites than diamonds.
Oh, raw.
Moissanites are way more in fluctuation, being sold, being used. Bro, and for a fact, in America, rappers, influencers, you name it, they're using moissanite. Fact. I don't care what no one says. Fact. That's 100% facts. Moissanites are being used. I would never use them.
Why?
That's just me. I just personally wouldn't.
But why?
Just don't take on my fancy. Like, if I can't really afford it or it's not really to my budget to that point, I'd rather just not have it. Do you know what I mean? I feel like lab diamonds are affordable enough and they are real diamonds. So I'll just use labs personally. And I'm a jeweler.
Regarding some bust down watches and stuff like that, is there companies that are using half lab, half moissanite?
So that's the thing. I've heard that moissanites are floating in people's pieces.
Really?
In jewels, in watches. But I don't think that's more of an American thing. I don't think that's as much in the UK. I don't think we're really on the moissanite thing like that. I'll be honest. I don't feel like we've caught onto that trend.
But it's that cheap.
It's ridiculously cheap.
And to the normal person looking at a moissanite diamond or a normal diamond, they won't tell a difference?
They probably won't tell a difference, but they do lose colour after a bit of time. Like me personally, I just wouldn't sell moissanite. I don't sell moissanite. I wouldn't sell moissanite. It's not for me. Even if you said to me like, yo, I want moissanite, I wouldn't, because it's not what my brand's about, innit? It's not what we're about. Like we're trying to sell jewelry. We're jewelers. That's kind of something like Sanucci and them man would be saying.
Yeah, so I've seen like
Sanucci
specialise in all that stuff.
There's another one as well. It's in Westfield, man.
Omnior.
So anyway,
Omnior.
Omnior. Yeah, I think it's Omnior. I think you're right. That's what it is. Yeah, that one.
Omni something.
Omni something.
Yeah.
But they're selling like moissanite Cubans and they're custom pendants and stuff like that. And they're doing it like silver and muzzies or stainless steel, gold plated and all that. Like, that's not what I'm about still.
You lot are real jewelers.
Yeah,
you lot are there to design one of one, like custom pieces proper stuff.
With diamonds, even lab diamonds, they're diamonds with gold. Well, not really. I mean, the gold market's going crazy though. I think we'll speak on that as well. The gold market's going crazy.
Talk to me about the gold market.
If you bought gold in the last... Omnior, yeah. If we bought gold in the last couple of years, then you're laughing now, innit?
So I'll tell you a story. When I was 21, my dad got me a 100-gram gold bar.
Yeah.
He paid... I can't remember what he paid for me. It was for my birthday present. He just gave me that. It was like, there, hold that.
Was it bullion?
Yeah. Like 100 gram.
You're lit.
Yeah, 100 gram. It was like in a...
small little thing, but it's in a packet.
It was like a small little gold bar. It was like that big.
Yeah.
And it was in a packet, sealed, and it was by a company called... I don't know. There's 2 companies that do them in the UK, right?
Yeah, there's loads of companies, but there's 2 big ones, main ones.
What were they called?
I can't remember off the top of my head.
Something bullion. Something bullion. So yeah, I had one of them, and I sold that for £5,700.
When?
About 2 years ago.
Yeah, he probably got that for about a couple hundred quid, didn't it?
What?
Back then, how long ago?
About 6 years ago.
Oh, 6 years ago. Oh no, you would have got for more than that. this is what I know. Yeah, my mom, she used to be a dentist, yeah,
Okay.
dental hygienist, yeah, and she used to give out gold fillings, yeah, like gold caps.
Yeah.
And she said back then they was getting an ounce of gold for about 180 quid
Okay.
of 9 carat. Yeah, it's an ounce.
Yeah.
Right now, ounce of 9 carat, bro. Do 28 times 35 to cast.
I'll do it right now.
Do it right now. Do 28 times 35.
35 equals £980.
So it cost me £980 to cast that today. So it's 5x basically.
Right. What do you see gold going to?
I don't know if it's gonna go much higher. I'm not sure with gold. I mean, remember, gold that's like a safe haven, innit? So people, it's based off like the economy, war, all sorts of different things that are happening. I don't know where I see it going. You know what I would say right now? This is a word of advice for everyone who's at home and who hasn't got like as much money, because not everyone's rich to be buying gold. You know what I mean?
Not everyone's rich. Yeah.
No, it's true. It's true. I'd say silver. Silver's the future.
Oh, I heard copper.
Copper is a good one.
I heard copper's blowing up.
Because copper's got so much utility.
Yeah, to do with lights or something. People are telling me that
Lights,
copper's...
pipes, wiring, all the wires we're using for our cameras, our sound systems, just all copper wire in it. Even fiber optics, copper. So copper's a good one, but you have to buy a lot of copper. Do you know what I mean? With silver, you can get silver bullion, 999, fine silver. You can probably get a kilo, so a 1 kg bar, and you're getting that for about, I'd say a good price to buy it at would be anything under 900 quid. 900 quid or under is great.
And what do you expect that going to?
Well, the thing is this year, right now, silver's what? 77p a gram. 77p a gram, right? So
What's gold?
gold right now is, for the bullion, you're looking at about £74, £76.
Ross, it's 77p a gram and gold's 74
Yeah,
pounds.
this is for fine gold, isn't it? So cool. I'm saying for gold for you to double your money on gold, it has to go from, let's say 75 quid. I don't know the exact. I'm not on the spot, but let's say go 75 quid to 150 quid for you to double your money. Yeah. That sounds like, oh, is gold gonna go from, is gold gonna double like that? Like, do you know what I mean?
It's a big jump.
With silver, it has to go from 77p to £1.40. That sounds very possible to me.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That doesn't sound like a far fetch. I feel like that could happen in the next couple of years. Like from 77p to £1.40, it's still not much, is it?
Yeah, it's not bad.
So the more silver gets used and the more that the fiat kind of goes out the window, people start going back towards the proper commodities and stocks, the price will go up, bro. And think about it, like I said, you can buy a kg bar for 900 quid. So let's say you just want to save £1,000 a month, yeah? Just buy 1 kg of silver a month. Give it however many years, bro. You'd have 100 kg behind you. Do you know what I mean, though?
100 kg of silver. Obviously, there's many people who buy silver, buy gold, and they keep them in vaults. What do you think about people keeping their commodities in vaults?
Yeah, so I feel like it makes sense, depending on how you do. There's actually a new thing, yeah, just touch on that. There's a new thing, there's an app. I've been seeing it getting promoted on TikTok and stuff. But basically, it's like a bank almost, where you save money on it, but you're actually saving your money in gold and silver. You're saving your money in the commodity. Okay. And that's like another good way to do it as well. You haven't physically got to have a bar. If you can save it electronically, it's just as good, innit? Because you have to remember, like, bro, all of our money is fiat, you know that, innit?
Okay.
You know what I mean by fiat?
No.
So, but I said no. So when I say fiat, I mean it's not backed by anything. In 1971, President Nixon removed the gold standard, right?
Okay.
Meaning that now the money has no backative. It's not worth anything. It's just a number on your screen. It's just a paper that it's worth less than the paper it's printed on.
So money's worth nothing?
Nothing. We give it the value, the people.
Okay, carry on. Carry on what you're saying.
No, so that's how they keep us in slavery, innit? That's what it is, bro. It's mental.
This podcast just took a complete U-turn.
So from a Jew podcast, though.
Now,
I'm not trying to be one of them like conspiracy theorists or nothing. Everything I'm saying is factual. You can Google it. Google what is fiat. Google the gold standard. Fiat, it literally means that the money is worth nothing. It's literally just the money. It says on the notes,
a promise to pay or something.
I promise to pay the bearer. So they're promising to pay the bearer in the sum of gold, but they don't pay the bearer in the sum of gold. It's just a promise. It's worth as much as a promise. It's like me saying to you, oh, Mikey, give me your car, but I promise to pay you in gold one day, maybe. You're gonna let me drive off? You're not. Do you know what I mean? So people, we're all in a trap, innit? We're working tirelessly, blood, sweat, and tears for things that get printed out. People think that the economy and inflation's controlled by them. It's about how much money they print. I mean, the pound's down 20%.
Yeah, that's mad.
So that means if you had £1,000 last year and you have £1,000 now, you've got £800. Fact. Forget what your bank says. The value of it. You've got
but you're saying that. But if my money's in my bank,
yeah.
Let's say I've got £1 million in my bank last year, I've still got £1 million in my bank this year.
but it's not worth £1 million because the pound has gone down in value by 20% and the inflation is up 13%.
Yeah, but I've not invested into
No, but it doesn't matter. You've got pounds, so you've already invested. Of course you invested. If you've got a pound, like, bro, if you've got £1,
Yeah.
I'm invested in a pound. That's my investment.
All right, so pass me a pound.
Okay.
I got £1 last year.
Yeah.
I leave it there.
Yeah.
It ain't turning into 80p, my bro.
It's not, but guess why it is turning to 80p? Because last year, this drink here, was £1, yeah?
Now it's 120. Yeah, but my...
So now it's not worth the same, is it?
No, it's still worth the same.
It's not though, because it can't be spent in the same way.
No, it can't be spent in the same way, but it's still...
No, so, cool, this is a better way to make you understand it, yeah? Let's say we had £1 and let's say that like we had €1 as well, yeah?
Yeah.
So last year, £1 was worth, let's say, €2, for example. It's not facts. Cool. Now this year, £1 is only worth €1.50. So it literally has gone down on the market.
Yeah.
It's literally worth less, bro.
No, I know. Listen, I know the pound's gone down. Everything's gone down.
Everything's gone down. Everything's gone, and the price of everything's gone up.
Everything.
But, so when you try to equate it, bro, think about it. People are earning, let's say, 15, 20p more off the minimum wage from last year to this year, but everything costs an extra £2-3. It's just not. It's not balanced.
But listen, if you want to go into that convo, then we could talk about the housing prices.
That's ridiculous, bro.
The housing prices, bro. People are been earning the same money for the last 15
years,
longer, 50 years.
Yeah.
Houses have just gone.
Yeah. Well, I said my grandma, she's got a portfolio of property. Yeah, alhamdulillah, and she's bought most of her properties for around 30 grand. Right. This is in the 80s. Yeah.
Even that's expensive in the 80s.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So she bought most of her house for around 30 grand. Yeah. Cool. Now they're all worth what? 150s, 180s, 200s.
Yeah, you're not in London, isn't it? Yeah,
We're not. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So but even that, bro, that's crazy, bro. That's like a 5, 6, 7x. So it's like
your grandma's got bread.
So for her to basically, for you to buy the same house that she bought then, now, you'd have to be earning to 5 to 6 times what she earns then. Yeah. So she was earning £10 an hour then, so you'd need to earn £60, £70 an hour to buy the same house.
No one's paying £60, £70 an hour as well.
Everyone's getting £12 an hour, and now trying to buy houses that are 6 times. You need 6 times the amount of life.
Do you reckon the housing market's going to take a massive crash?
I can't speak on that. I'm not well versed enough in it, but I do see the house market getting a bit shaky because people aren't buying. We're trying to incentivize people to buy. We're trying to do these ISAs. Even that, I think ISAs are a scam. But we're not going to get into that. That's controversial again.
Why do you think ISAs are a scam?
Because what they're trying to do is get you to put your money in an account that you can't take your money out of, so that they can take your money and let you know how the banking system works.
Yeah.
You put your money in, they take your money,
invest it,
do all sorts with it, give you back a tiny bit of money on top, and that's the scam of banking.
So, as a guy who's involved in jewelry, you understand the financial system. What would you say is a good way to invest money? You don't believe watches is a good investment. You don't believe jewelry is a good investment. You don't believe ice is a good investment. So, what is a good investment?
In this economy, bro, I'd say the best investment is yourself.
Okay, elaborate on that.
Bro, like, it sounds cheesy or controversial, like, investing in yourself. But, bro, seriously, invest in yourself. Like, whatever you wanted to do or whatever you believe in, whatever your dreams are, whatever it is, take that extra leap, bro. Take that leap of faith in yourself. Forget about saving money. Forget about being sensible. Forget about being smart. Or you're a risk taker. Jay Avalanche said it. Are you a risk taker? Yeah. You gotta be a risk taker, bro. Like, even me, I've had to invest in myself time and time again, bro, to be a jeweler. Like, bro, man's a young guy from Nottingham, a black brother. I haven't come from, like, a wealth or I had no helping hands. I'm self-made, innit? So, and I'm still on my journey. But loads of times I thought, this is my last grand or my last 5 bills or whatever. I need to buy this so I can sell that. And, do you know what I mean? And bit that flip. Like, it's like the drug game in a way, innit? Or the road or the street.
It's like the drug game.
No, it's like the streets though, bro. Like, people think it's different. It's not different. Like, my mentality is different.
You're just selling a different product.
That's all it is, bro. These are transferable skills. And that's another thing. Like, some of these guys come into Hatton or come into wherever they're coming to and they kind of still got that street mentality. They try to talk like they're bad boys. And, bro, we're all here to change our lives. Nobody wants to be a bad boy. It's washed. It's robbed. It's done. It's finished.
What would you say one of the best deals you've done has been?
I did an olive, a sky dweller, and a baguette Cuban. It was about 94 grand deal. So,
what would you have made on a deal like that?
Take about 5 to 10%, depending.
So we're looking at
5 to 10 grand. Of one deal, it's lovely.
It's amazing.
It's half a year for some people.
Definitely. And the worst deal? The deal that went wrong.
I've done so many deals. You know what it is? The worst deals that I've done are the ones where the customers rush me and I've rushed myself and I haven't put out that quality that I wanted to. That's the worst deals for me because then now they're walking around with something they're saying they got it from me and that's not representing my business.
All right, well, I can
mainly with grills, I'd say.
That's been a respectful answer. I get that, and I respect that answer. But there must be one deal in your head where I say worst deal when you're just like, yeah, that fuck.
We done one promo piece for someone, and it didn't bring no engagement.
Who was it?
It's a waste of money. I can't say that.
What sector was they in?
Influencer.
Okay, and how much was your investment?
We put in what did we put in? About $3,000.
And what was you expecting back from it? Did they have a big following?
Yeah, they had a couple 100K. So we're just thinking like good traction and stuff and that, and like engagement, people shopping.
You had nothing.
Basically, bro. I had a couple inquiries, but just no window shoppers. It happens, bro. Are you a risk taker? At that time, bro, at that time, man didn't have loads of bread behind man. This is when I was first starting out. Even like man's done events. I've done an event before. Like when I first launched my business, we did a jewelry event launch party. We did it free. It was a free event. It was invite only, so we had to know it was coming because people were wearing their jewelry there, so we don't want random people showing up. But it was a free event. We paid for the venue, we paid for camera people, we paid for DJs. It was all out of our own pocket, but it was just to raise awareness and do the branding and do the marketing and that kind of thing, bro. It's not always about necessarily like
making money.
I think long term, innit? Like I've done the short term thing. I know for a fact, and this is for the kids at home, there's no such thing as get rich quick.
Yeah,
Forget about it.
Yeah, I agree.
Do you know how many times I've fumbled off doing that, bro? I promise you, just find what you love doing and do what you love consistently. Just be consistent. Do 1, 2, 3, 5, 10. Don't matter. Do 10 years. Do 10 years and then tell me I'm bored of it or don't work. Do you know what I mean? Like people that work 9 to 5, bro, they put in time. People that, bro, look at these jewelers. Some of the biggest names, yeah. Look, the biggest jeweler in the UK, a jeweler. Fact. He's the biggest jeweler in the UK, yeah? We can argue about it all day. He's been doing this thing for what? 13, 14 years now?
Yeah, no, he's the biggest in the game.
13, 14 years, bro. That's a long time, bro. 13, 14 years ago, bro, I was in Pampers. I'm a young guy, G. No, seriously, though.
I hear that.
So it's like, I can't even really, I'm 2, 3 years in now, and it's like, a month's early, bro. He's got 10 years on me. So why am I comparing myself to him? In 10 years' time, and inshallah, bro, I'll be in a better position or same position as him.
So what is your goal? What is your 5-year goal?
5-year goal? Stay alive.
What life do you live, G?
No, I never know more life, bro. But you never know, bro. Health is wealth. That's another thing,
I
bro.
hear that.
You know what I'm saying? You never know what can happen, bro. But nah, 5-year, 10-year plan, bro. I'm trying to get out of this country, really, bro.
Where do you want to move to?
Not 100%.
Don't say Dubai, bro. Don't. Because then we'll have another hour conversation, and I can't be asked to hear it all again. Why is everyone going to Dubai? Where was you going to say? Where do you want to move to?
Tax free still. No, I'm not sure. You know, either Dubai or like America.
Everyone loves Dubai.
Good market. What have you heard about Dubai?
I love Dubai. Don't get it twisted. I love it. I think it's a beautiful place. I think Dubai is one of the best cities in the world.
Yeah.
But for me, it's just like, bro, everyone's left the UK. Every person I know, I'm like, yo, where you go? Oh, I'm moving to Dubai.
Bro, what's here?
Family.
Yeah, but take your family with you.
Yeah, but do you know what it is? Shall I be honest? Shall I tell you my issue with moving to Dubai? I've had multiple opportunities to go to Dubai. Obviously, what I do, I could just pick up and go tomorrow.
Go anywhere, yeah.
But little things, little things, driving down the road. I know all the speed cameras in the UK. I know all of them. If I don't, I got Waze. And little things like that. Dubai. Bro, I was in Dubai. I'll tell you a quick story. Yeah, I was in Dubai in 3 months ago, whenever that was. Don't know what month we were in. I think I went in December or January. And we switched lane and we didn't indicate.
Yeah.
We got a £200 fine.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like, bro.
That's crazy.
I can't survive that.
Yeah.
I've never used my indicators in my life.
Yeah, it's rough. That's rough still.
Like, do you know what I mean? Like,
no. I feel like, you know what it's Dubai? It's tax-free, innit? Because we all know the tax
It's not tax-free now, though. It's 5%, right?
Even so, bro, that's nothing, bro.
Yeah, no, the UK's finished, man.
Like, bro, come on, bro. Like, think about it. If you make £1 million today, tax over £1 million, yeah, they want 45%.
And the rest.
And the rest, bro. And that's just like, it's like, I can't, that gives me hot on that. I can't take my jumper off. It's fun uncomfortable, like, bro, I don't get it. And the thing is, they're now saying, oh, well, we don't even want to use that money for the people. They're trying to stop pipping that, like.
Oh, really?
You know, that's what Keir Starmer's been saying.
No,
like,
what did he say? Tell me.
Talk about, oh, we need to reevaluate PIP. We feel like we're giving out too much money to disabled people. I'm like, bro, you gave 400 million to Ukraine.
Raw.
You're just giving out money to war and that and murder, but you don't want to help the disabled people in the country. I don't get it. Like, what's going on? That guy's a crook still.
That guy's a crook.
No, because bro, I don't really get into politics, bro. I'll be honest. I don't watch the news. I think it's negative. I think it's low vibrational. I wake up and read and meditate and that, bro. I'm not really into like read Quran. You know what I mean? I'm not really into like the news and that. People wake up in the morning, slap on BBC and just.
Yeah, I haven't watched. I haven't turned my
Bro,
TV
that's that's ludicrous to me, bro. It's like you're starting your day on a low vibration, innit? You know what I'm saying? Like, but yeah, he's been saying that basically, long story short, he's trying to cut down all the benefits, and they're Labour. They're for the people. That's for the working people.
Yeah,
and the saddest thing is, bro, a lot of taxpayers are happy. You know the people that work 9 to 5s. They're like, oh well, yeah, because these people are living off UC and they're living off PIP. I work hard, and they're happy that this guy is doing this, but they're not realizing you're still going to pay the same tax.
Yeah,
He's just going to spend it on his parties and sniff on that. You know what I'm saying?
I hear.
It's dark, bro. I'm telling you, but nah, trust me, bro. But on the whole, bro, I feel like there's a lot of good things going off, bro. But I feel like it's not in the UK, innit? I feel like the UK is not. It's not the place, bro. Do you know what I mean?
I feel like, especially with jewels, chains, pendants, all of that, America's the scene.
100%. But you know, in Dubai, like in Dubai, bro, they look at jewelry as like an accessory.
To them, it's nothing.
It's nothing, bro.
To them, it's like
to us here, it's like it's a luxury. To them, it's not a luxury, bro. Like you haven't got a watch. Like, you know what I mean? It's just normal having a watch, a chain, diamonds, big rings. That's just their normal fashion. Like they just roll like that.
But I feel like Dubai isn't as stunty as America when it comes to like chains and pendants.
Remember, Americans use them, wasn't it?
Yeah, true. That's
why they're stunting like that, bro.
Yeah, I hear that.
Like, bro, trust me, there's a lot of crooks out here. They're not really. But you know what it is, bro? I don't have a problem with it. Like, bro, just be yourself. That's what I say to people. I say, like, invest in yourself, be yourself. I'm here to educate people. I'm not here to put anyone down. I'm here to help people and allow people to know what they're purchasing and what they're doing. Like, if you just want to, I don't know, wear a piece of jewelry because you like the way it looks and you're not bothered about spending loads of money on it, there's ways to do that. You know what I mean? And there's nothing wrong with that. Enjoy it, innit? But what I don't like is when people try to act like they've got something they haven't got or that they are something that they aren't. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
we've all been there, bro. We've all stopped.
We've all tried stunting, 100%.
Do you know what I'm saying? But it's just like there's levels to it, innit? That's what it is. There's levels to it, and I feel like these retail salesmen shouldn't be putting on these crazy drinks, bro. Like, bro, there's a video, yeah. I'm not gonna say a name, but there's a video on YouTube. You can find this video. I'll show you this video after. Yeah. And a man said, "Oh, my bro spent £500,000 on his pendant, straight GIA cert, straight GIA cert, straight VVS." Bro, if you stop the video, you pause it at one specific time, you can look on the GIA booklet and it says SI1. It's like, he said straight VVS, bro. Yeah. Some of the stones are SIs, bro. Like,
when it says that on the thing?
Yeah, the thing said VS, said SI on the booklet. And it's like, he said,
so what would that have been worth then?
It's still worth money. Like, bro, all right, cool. £500,000 pendant, yeah? Let's break it down, like, mathematically. Get your calculator right now, yeah? You're gonna love this. That's the favorite app on my phone, the calculator. So, boom. Let's say that pendant there, let's say it's a 1 kg pendant, yeah? It's a kilo of gold, yeah?
Am I putting this in or anything?
Yeah, to do 1,000 times £35.
Yeah.
So that's 35 grand. All right, cool. Then let's say it said 300 carats on the video, yeah? So let's say 300, and let's say times 500. Let's say £500 a carat. 300
times 500.
So what's that?
150 grand.
Plus the 35 grand. Then let's
185.
Let's say it's 10 grand for all the setting. So what's that?
195.
195 grand. That's what it would have cost to make that piece. In gold, diamonds, and label. And he's charging £500,000. Let's say some of the...
So what would a good price be for that? What was a reasonable price for that? Because at the end of the day, guys got to make money, right?
Bro, like, I don't know. Like, some of the stones were some big stones, you know, GIA certs. I said them stones were like a couple grand a piece.
So let's say let's just say another 50k, all right, 50 bags.
Let's say it was £250,000 to make the chain.
£250,000 to make the chain.
You've doubled the price.
So what would you, if you got that chain right now, you've made a £250,000 chain, that's what it's cost you out your own pocket.
Yeah.
You've spent £250,000, I've made this piece. What are you selling it for? Because I don't think 500 bags is bad, personally.
I'll sell it for 300 bags and make 50 bags. That's lovely, bro. 50 grand for one piece.
But you've put out £250,000.
No, what Dave paid. So
who's paid?
The way that the jewelry works is obviously you take a deposit and then as the process goes along, they pay.
Oh, really? Is that how it works, yeah?
Yeah, you don't pay nothing out your own pocket.
Oh, for real?
So I take a deposit, I make the design. Once you're happy with the design, I'll say, all right, cool, send the money for the gold. You do the casting, send the money for the diamonds. Send the money for the... Sometimes, bro, some of the manufacturers that I won't pay the manufacturer until it's done. Like, I can get a piece made right now for 100 grand and I won't have to pay a penny till I collect it. So they're not putting nothing out of their own pocket, bro. Like, you've made a piece for £250,000. You slap on what? 25 grand, slap on 50 grand. Even slap on 100k, that's 350 bags. Where have you got £500,000 from? Or was you just lying for the camera just to make it seem like it was a bigger sale than it was?
But if someone's willing to pay for it, let's say my watch, for example, I come to you and I say, yo, bro, do you want to buy my watch? And you say, how much? And I say, 50 bags. My watch ain't worth 50. And you say, yeah. Well, you expect me to be like, oh, no. Bro, I'm taking it, no?
I hear it, bro. But it's like, I don't feel like, man, I've said to him, oh, bro, your chain costs £250,000 to make, but I'm going to charge you off M. You're right, yeah? They ain't done that, bro. Man, I said, yeah, listen, it's a kilo of gold. It's 300 carats of diamonds. It's VVS. And then they said, $500,000. It's like, yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Who was that? Who bought that?
I can't say who bought that.
Bro, I'm sure if we just Google right now, £500,000 pendant.
No, there's loads of £500,000 watch. Just man, it's one of the UK rappers that bought that.
All right, now question for you. To the young hustler out there, the younger version of yourself, what steps would you take to become successful?
Again, like I said earlier, bro, just believe in yourself, invest in yourself, stay consistent. That's my main thing. I'd say stay consistent. Whatever you're doing, keep doing it. That's what I'd say, bro. Because I feel like it's very easy for people to start something and kind of stray off and let the crowd and let their friends and their family and what's realistic and what's not realistic and get confused. If you like something, if you believe in it, if you've got a goal, aspiration, a dream, stick at it, bro.
My bro, it's been a pleasure having you on my show.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you back.
And at 41 carats on the Insta for your jewelry, if you want a service that you can trust, if you want to know what you're paying for and make sure you're getting what you're paying for, give us a shout.
Guys, if you're interested in getting any jewelry, scroll down to the description. All his social media will be in the description. Click it, get in touch, let him know you come from the Blue Tick Show as well, and he'll sort you that out.
100%.
Thank you for coming. Guys, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.